News from Hiroshima ahead of the G7 summit. Ahead of the G7 summit to be held in Hiroshima in May this year, high school students created an artwork to express their thoughts on peace, which was unveiled on March 29. Two giant works more than 2 meters in height have appeared at the Kamiyacho Shalio in Hiroshima City. More than 6,000 crane-shaped origami made by kindergarten and middle school children in Hiroshima City were used for the works. The children commented, "I hope each of you will see these origami crane shapes and think of war as a bad thing." The artwork was created by members of the Numata High School Art Club. They collected the wishes of children who hand-folded paper origami cranes starting in mid-January this year. One of the drawings depicts two hands joined in prayer as a symbol of hope for peace. The structure was made of wood and molded from newspaper. Once the hands were formed, they colored them with origami in the shape of cranes. Ms. Fujikawa, a student from Numata High School, commented, "It takes time and is hard work, but very rewarding. We use crane-shaped origami of 7 colors to represent the 7 G7 countries. The circular pattern, shaped like a vortex and mixing all the colors, represents our desire and thoughts of peace." The origami artwork made with paper cranes was installed at Kamiyacho Shalio and will be on display until April 14th. The city of Hiroshima plans to display the artwork in the city center during the summit period so that more people can see it. Ms. Fujikawa said, "I hope the people who saw the artwork will reconfirm their feelings of peace in their hearts. And I also hope the G7 summit will be a big step toward peace." Here is the last news for today. Ahead of the G7 Hiroshima summit in May this year, high school students from G7 countries gathered in Hiroshima to discuss various international issues at the Junior Conference held for 4 days starting March 27. In addition to high school students living in Hiroshima, 24 students between the ages of 15 and 17 from G7 countries attended the conference, divided into 3 groups according to different themes discussed: peace, sustainability, and diversity. They visited Hiroshima prefectural facilities and held group discussions. On the second day, all participants visited the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum, where they spent about an hour learning about the reality of the atomic bombing, through artifacts and photographs taken immediately after the bombing, and listened intently to the testimony of Keiko Ogura, who was exposed to the bomb when she was 8 years old. Kai Oliver Doust, from Canada, commented, "I was shocked to see for the first time the damage and devastation caused by the atomic bomb. At the conference, I want to discuss the importance of eliminating nuclear weapons and nuclear disarmament in states with these weapons." On March 30th, the last day of the conference, each group presented a final report summarizing what had been discussed in the previous few days. Students made a strong appeal. "We must seek disarmament and nuclear abolition through treaties and bans. Japan should participate in the negotiations to ratify the Nuclear Weapons Convention, even if only as an observer." In the discussion on peace, students said, "The damage caused by the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and their impact on humanity should be shared with the rest of the world." Stephen Johnson of the United Kingdom commented, "I hope that at the G7 Hiroshima summit, the heads of state and government will have fruitful discussions and find concrete solutions that will lead to world peace. We hope our discussions and proposals will be incorporated into the summit." Students' final reports are posted on the Hiroshima Summit Prefectural Assembly website.